This is Tank's Vlog, October 25th, 2018, wrapping up today in sports, brought to you by Allow Me to Be Frank, the weekly podcast you can hear on SoundCloud and iTunes. This week we had on David Strauss from MyBookie, giving some insights and betting tips on the NFL and the World Series. Turn out the lights, the party's over. You know they said it all, good things must end. 'Cause it's cold tonight, the party's over. And baseball season will be over this weekend. You can almost stick a fork in the Dodgers. They are done. You know, I knew this. I said this would be a mismatch. It has been a mismatch. The Dodgers got to have everything go right if they want to have any hope of winning this World Series. And so far, it's the Red Sox who are having everything go right. And today, what went right was David Price. David Price, the pitcher who could not win a postseason game, has now won two in a row. Today, he had one rough inning. He allowed the Dodgers to score 2 runs in the fourth, but the Dodgers couldn't score any more. Couldn't even get another hit off of Price. And meanwhile, you got Hyun-Jin walking in a run. You can't walk in a run on this team. The Red Sox will make you pay. Any mistake you make, the Red Sox make you pay. That is why they have gotten here. That's why they won 108 games. They make sure that they make the opposing team pay every time they make just the tiniest mistake. The tiniest mistake they take advantage of. You crack that door open, the Red Sox slam it open. Tear it open, and go in and just beat the living snot out of you. And today wasn't a big score, 4-2. JD Martinez comes through in the clutch. How many two-out base hits have the Red Sox gotten that have had runs against the Yankees, against the Astros, and now against the Dodgers? And now the series goes to LA. There's a day off on Thursday. Red Sox won both games in Boston. Red Sox have not lost a road playoff game this year. This could very well be a sweep. If the Dodgers don't win Friday, it's going to be a sweep. If it's 3-0, it's over. Over. And I don't think the Dodgers can win 3 in a row at home. That's the only chance, the only slight statistical stat that they have is to win all 3 at Dodger Stadium. And I don't think they're capable of winning 3 in a row at home against this team. The Red Sox, how many times did they lose 3 in a row all year? How many times did they lose 4 out of 5 all year? That's why I say the series is over. The Boston Red Sox are your 2018 World Champions, 9th championship. You could start buying, you could start getting those duck boats ready. The World Series is over. The Dodgers have zero chance of coming back. There's no way the Red Sox are going to lose the next 3. There's just no way. That's the only slight chance the Dodgers have, is to win all 3 games at home and then come back and take one of the last 2 at Fenway. Not gonna happen. It's clear. It's clear. The National League is here. The American League is here. This would have happened if it was the Indians. This would have happened if it was the Yankees. This would have happened if it was the Astros again. And then, you know what? Maybe even the Oakland A's could beat the Dodgers. The National League is right now the inferior league. We got American League is the major league. The National League is quadruple A. That's what we're at right now. That's the type of baseball we've played. It's just the league separation has never been like this before. I mean, we've seen it over the world in an All-Star game the last 25 years, where the American League has just handed the National League its ass every year. You know, one time the National League would dominate the American League in the All-Star games. Because at the time, the National League was more open to integration than the American League was. But you still had the Yankees were able to win the World Series for the American League. So it wasn't such a absolute whitewashing like we have right now. But right now, the National League can't win an All-Star game. And they're lucky if they win a World Series. I mean, they've had some World Series this decade where they've gotten good pitching performances. But for the most part, year in, year out, the top teams are in the American League. And I don't know when that's going to change. I look at the future. I look at the Astros are stacked. The Yankees are stacked. The Red Sox are stacked. Now the Cubs, they were stacked, but they're kind of some cracks in the foundation. They haven't drafted well over the last few years. They got to supplement with free agents. The Mets can't even find a GM. They got one GM. Here's the Mets. The Mets GM choice. You got 3 choices. You can choose Jacob deGrom's agent to kiss Jacob deGrom's ass and hope Jacob deGrom gives you a discount. Which is the only reason why you're considering hiring Jacob deGrom's agent. You got Hyun-Jin Bloom, a man who some baseball people say is a whiz. He's with the Rays. The Rays had some good players come up this year. Surprised people winning 90 games. Limited resources down in Tampa. Terrible stadium down in Tampa. And yet, they were somewhat competitive. So he's part of an environment that knows how to pick talent. Then you got Doug Melvin, 66 years old. Stayed, conservative. Bad. Basically, another Sandy Alderson. Who are the Mets going to hire? You know who the Mets are going to hire. They're going to hire the idiot. They're going to hire the guy that they shouldn't hire because it's all the same. We must keep doing the same thing. It's going to work eventually. You know it. You know the right call is Hyun-Jin Bloom of the 3 that are candidates, but you know it's going to be Doug Melvin. They might as well just name Doug Melvin the GM now because he is... Sandy sees him and goes, he's wonderful. And that's why National League teams are spinning the wheels. Because you have a team like the Mets that's just clueless. NBA on Wednesday night. It was the Brooklyn Nets beating the Cleveland Cavaliers 102-86. It was the Heat melting the Knicks 110-87. Knicks fans, you really should be happy every loss. The Knicks should be happy with every loss. They got so much room under the cap. They got no Kristaps Porzingis this year. The more you lose, the better your draft pick's going to be. The Knicks should tank. They should tank. The right thing for the Knicks to do is tank. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that you've ever done for them. And then just go all in. Sign everyone you can. Create a super team. And get a stud draft pick. And hopefully maybe you get the number 1 lottery pick. Maybe we could have some exciting basketball in New York for a change. It was the Hawks 111-104 winners over the Mavericks. It was the Raptors 112-105 over the Timberwolves. Raptors are 5-0. The Bulls got their first win of the year, beating the Hornets, making Michael Jordan very, very unhappy. It was the Jazz beating the Rockets 100-89. No Chris Paul due to that suspension for that fight over the weekend. That's what you get. That's what you get when you sign Carmelo Anthony. Loss, loss, loss. That's what you get when you sign the big negative. Loss, loss, loss. It was the Pacers beating the Spurs 116-96. The Bucks are 4-0 as they stopped the 76ers. And damn it, LeBron James won his first game of the year. Lakers 131-113 over the Suns. Figured it'd be the Suns that do it. Suns are terrible. But it's so nice to see the LeBrons lose again. It was the Kings 97-92 winners over the Grizzlies. And it was the Warriors coming out to play, yay! As Stephen Curry scored 51 points in a 144-122 takedown of the Wiz. Everybody beats the Wiz. Everybody beats the Wiz. Hockey. It was the Panthers 3-2 in overtime over the Islanders. The Maple Leafs doubled up the Jets 4-2. The Lightning in Denver beat the Avalanche 1-0. And in a shootout, the Canucks beat the Golden Knights in Vegas 3-2. It's Thursday. It's Thursday Night Football. Dolphins are playing. Good God, it's going to suck. My NFL picks are going to be posted on Barstool tomorrow at some point. It's going to be somewhat avant-garde with the videos. I hope you like them. I'm trying to find out how to make my picks look good on Barstool. So tell me how they look. I'm going to do with these videos. Yes, my site has the helmets clashing. I don't know how to really make them look that good on Barstool, so I want to give it a little bit of an avant-garde look. So I'll have some videos for some of the games, and hopefully you guys like it. Today's 3 stars are David Price, who was right on the money, Stephen Curry, who dropped 51 on the Wizards, and Andre Vasilevsky, who had 22 saves in a shutout for the Tampa Bay Lightning against the Colorado Avalanche. Today's birthday shutout goes to a Red Sox legend who also played for the Mets, Pedro Martinez, who turns 47. And we take a look back to 2003 when the Florida Marlins, perhaps one of the biggest upsets in World Series history, beat the Yankees in 6 games. This is after the Aaron Boone home run, after they went through all those trials and tribulations with the Red Sox. The Yankees came up flat in the World Series. They lost the last 3 games, if you believe it or not, after having a 2-1 lead. One of the things that hurt the Yankees that year was David Wells' back injury, which caused Jose Contreras to pitch Game 5, and Contreras was not good. And then Game 6, they went home and basically got shut down by Josh Beckett and won the World Series for the Florida Marlins. So check out the full story of Barstool Sports and the Sports Encyclopedia where sports history lives. And don't forget to listen to Allow Me to Be Frank on SoundCloud and iTunes with David Strauss from MyBookieAG. Have a good day.